Have you noticed something strange during this World Cup? Something that happens like clockwork at the exact same minute, in every single match without exception? It is called the hydration break. If you watch closely, every 22nd minute and 67th minute, the referee blows his whistle, not for a foul, not for an offside, and all the players go to drink some water and cool off. Now, on the surface, this sounds perfectly normal. But trust me, there is a lot more to this hydration break of a thing than FIFA wants you to know. And by the time this video is finished, you will never look at that 3-minute water break the same way again. Now, let me first tell you what FIFA says. I will tell you the official secret, although on paper it sounds excellent. It looks like FIFA really cares about player welfare. They say the weather at some of these World Cup venues can be dangerously hot, so the players need a mandatory water break to rehydrate and cool off. And to be fair, when this rule was first introduced in 2014 during the Brazil World Cup, there was genuine reason for it. The temperatures in cities like Manaus and Fortaleza were reaching 32 degrees Celsius with over 80% humidity. Players were genuinely at risk. FIFA medical staff recommended the breaks, and they made complete sense. FIFA looked like the responsible parent of world football. They deserved a standing ovation. But that was 2014. This is 2026. And something interesting happened along the way. But if you look closely at what is happening today, something does not add up. What I'm trying to say is that FIFA is making an enormous amount of money from this simple hydration break. And I will show you exactly how. Not with opinion. With numbers. Real numbers that will make your eyes open wide. You see, football has always been unique. Think about it. It is the only major sport in the world where you can enjoy 45 full minutes of completely uninterrupted action. Not like American football, where there are so many timeouts and commercial breaks that a 60-minute game somehow takes 4 hours to finish. Not like basketball, where coaches call timeout every time the other team scores 3 points in a row. Not like tennis, where they take a toilet break between sets. At 5-0 down, suddenly the bladder becomes very active. Football was different. No timeout, no endless commercial stops, no manufactured pauses. Just pure, continuous, passionate football. That untouched flow, that 45 minutes of unbroken rhythm, was part of the soul of the game. But FIFA found a very clever loophole. They made this 3-minute water break mandatory for every single match. And once you understand what happens during those 3 minutes, everything changes. Here is where it gets really interesting. And I want you to pay close attention to these numbers because they are extraordinary. If you have been following the World Cup, you will notice that any time the referee blows the whistle for the hydration break, every TV station around the world immediately switches to commercials. It is almost choreographed, like they rehearsed it. Big brands line up one after the other. Coca-Cola, Adidas, Visa, Hyundai, Samsung. And do you know how much these global companies pay for a single 30-second advertisement during that break? Let me tell you. In the early group stages of this World Cup, one 30-second commercial slot costs between $200,000 and $300,000. That is not a typo. $200,000 for 30 seconds. By the time the tournament reaches the knockout stages, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, that same 30-second slot climbs to $750,000. And during the final itself, networks are reportedly charging over $1 million for a single 30-second spot. Now, when you calculate this across all 104 matches of this expanded 48-team World Cup, 2 breaks per match, multiple ad slots per break, television networks globally are generating hundreds of millions of dollars. In total, this small 3-minute water break is responsible for generating an estimated $1 billion in additional advertising revenue across the entire tournament. $1 billion. From a water break. Now you might be sitting there saying, okay, but what is wrong with making money? Is it not also for the players' safety? The players are still getting their water, so where is the problem? And here is the part that genuinely hurts to talk about, because it affects the actual game that we love. This forced break is destroying the natural rhythm of football. Every football fan understands momentum. You have watched it happen 1,000 times. A team starts attacking, building pressure, finding pockets of space. The crowd is rising. The goalkeeper is nervous. The ball is moving quickly. Something is about to happen, you can feel it. And then, at the 22nd minute, the referee blows his whistle. The momentum dies immediately. The defending team gets 3 free minutes to reorganize their shape, catch their breath, have a tactical conversation, and reset completely. The players are literally standing on the pitch, completely hydrated, many of them breathing normally, just waiting for the television commercial countdown to finish so they can restart the game. In several matches at this very World Cup, analysts have pointed out that teams who were under serious pressure before the break came out looking completely refreshed and organized after it. The hydration break has effectively become a free timeout, something that has never existed in football before. Football used to be a beautiful game, a game driven by continuous passion, tactical intelligence, and physical endurance. But today, it is slowly turning into a structured television product divided into quarters just to make it easier to sell advertising. They call it player welfare. But the truth, when you follow the money, is clear. It is a highly profitable and very cleverly designed business strategy. So let me ask you directly, and I genuinely want to hear what you think on this one. Are you comfortable with this new direction that football is heading? Or do you believe that FIFA has finally decided to sacrifice the spirit of the beautiful game for corporate billions? Because those are really the only two options here. Either you believe FIFA when they say this is purely about player welfare, or you follow the money, look at the evidence, and reach your own conclusion. Drop your answer in the comments right now. I will read every single comment on this channel and will be replying them accordingly. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, you are genuinely missing out. Subscribe now so you are here for every twist this World Cup throws at us.